Hi, welcome to the Stuck in It Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jane Itma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 77. Lucky number 77.
77, yo.
77.
I might have to rip this back.
Uh-oh. So, our last episode, we filmed in daylight.
Yes.
And it was kind of like, I made the analogy to Amy, like when you get your eyes checked and you get a new prescription, and you're like, oh my goodness, how horrible had my vision gotten? I can now see things like the crispness of leaves, and my husband's face isn't like a blurry blob anymore. He's got features. And so we had been remiss on our lighting, obviously, and we are trying to rectify that situation.
Yes.
We've got the halogen lights out just in time for it to be warm out. Hint, hint, Mother Nature. And
Yes, get your act together.
yeah, goodness sakes, it's like gonna snow several inches. And so yeah, we've got some lighting set up, and hopefully we look better. If not, hopefully not more shadowy, I guess.
Yeah.
Shadows are bad.
Yeah, they're not pleasant.
And if we could film during the day, that would be like awesome sauce.
Amaze
But
balls.
I can't figure it out. Like my schedule and my family's schedule and Amy's family's schedule, it would take time away from our children and families, and it would make my family have to be homeless for a while. Because we would be like, no, you can't be here. You must go. Leave us now. This is a recording studio.
Oh, yes.
So, anyway, that's enough about that. We've got lots to talk about. Lots to talk about. So much to talk about, because we've been gone for like 2 weeks. I mean, we did our little recap, but we didn't really talk about what we were knitting or what we'd finished.
Yes, a lot was left out.
And we've got drawings. You might be watching because there's drawings. We had 2 KALs finished. Today is May 1st. So we used to say the date at the beginning, or try to at least say the beginning.
You do. Yeah, I never tried. May 1st.
Yes.
May baskets. May Day.
Happy May Day. There's a guy on my team whose birthday is today.
Okay.
May Day, May Day. Anyway, so Marigold Jen KAL, we had 2 through 37, and trust us, we have no incentive to cheat, so this will save a lot of time. We had 2 through 37 entries, and I've got the prizes here. So
Yes, there's a caveat on the first one.
yes, let's give a number 5, which was Serenity, and she did a plum trousseau, which was beautiful. Beautiful circular shawl with some beading. It was gorgeous. And you won the Hobbledehoy fiber. And we went out and looked, and we didn't know whether or not you were a spinner or not.
We did not. But I volunteer to play with these lovely items if you want. And then send you Utimus, if not crazy, yarn at the end.
And
So-
you might like Hands Fun. And,
Yeah.
and she would be adding value to it. So,
Yes.
or if you know somebody that would like it.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
one of your sisters,
Yeah.
your
But-
daughter.
Somebody might become a spinner just because you won this.
It's beautiful.
It's very awesome. So
Yes.
3 ounces of batlings, which are this sampler.
It's beautiful. Okay. And then
Onward and upward.
the yarn, which is the Spring Showers Bring May Flowers, her sock weight, 100% merino, is Gimme Ginger, who made some Apple of Megan's Eye socks. So, Gimme Ginger, contact me. Did you want Serenity to contact you?
Yes.
And these wonderful prizes, as well as prizes we gave throughout the KAL, are all thanks to Miss Jenny.
Yes.
Miss Jenny Porter and Marigold Jen, and we just had a wonderful time this whole
Yes.
KAL.
Yes. We thank her very much, and I hope she enjoyed hanging out along with us, and also looking at the chatter thread, because we had quite a few people go, look at this beautiful thing, I almost finished.
Yes, exactly.
So there were a lot of people hanging in there with us, and hopefully, yeah, that was a good experience. I know we really appreciated it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my Punky Plum to knit my worsted.
And look at this beautiful stuff that
I know.
I'm knitting with right now.
See, she didn't almost get it done, but you're there.
Mm. Sleeves. Sleeves like a third of it, and it's boring.
True story. So, Gimme Ginger and Serenity, congratulations!
Woo-hoo.
Your fabulous prizes can be yours. All you have to do is contact us. And the second KL that we had wrap up, not wrap up, but we had another milestone here. We are on our 4th month. We've got some people that actually have all 4 entries, which are very exciting. And that is 2 through 512, which is like, that is awesome to me. And
yes.
There's been a certain, every month I get a certain number of people saying, I'm so glad you're having this because it's encouraging me to knit my self-striping stash. And I got the self-striping horror button because I like to buy self-striping, as you will see. Acquisitions, which have added up over the last 2 weeks into this huge.
Okay.
I mean,
I do have to rip back 2 rows.
If you could see my bag full of goodies.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh, now I got a baby. 2 through 512, 273. If you are 273, you are the lucky winner. And we went out and looked. And this person had some very beautiful Desert Vista Dye Works colored or stripy socks, and that is Annette KT. Yay! Annette! Love your face. Love all the beautiful socks you have out on there. She's keeping right along. In fact, I think she's got extra.
Oh, okay.
She's gotten ahead. That's how ahead she is. And this is...
But not entered.
No, not extra entries. I'm just saying, like, I think if you look at her project pages, she's got extra. This is the Crazy Zombie Self-Striping. A much desired Yarn vs. Zombies, generously donated crazy self-striping with pinks and greens and purples. And it came all the way from Australia, so it makes it extra special. So Annette, when you watch this, go ahead and I think Amy said she wants you to contact her.
Oh, yes.
Amy's like, I guess I did.
I will send it to her.
Okay. So that is our drawings. We currently have just the self-striping KL going on. We don't have any other one, and that is a year-long one. And that is that. I think as far as administrati.
Yes.
Can you think of any other administrati? No. Okay. Woot woot. All right. Regularly scheduled programming has us doing FOs.
Okay. I don't have any.
God, and I just got done talking. All right. I've got a series of FOs here scattered about. Just lean over and be off camera here for a while. I got permission from Miss Kiki of Yarn vs. Zombies to show you this beautiful yarn. This sock it's not really finished. It's still got dangling participles. I'm doing a sock for her sock club, for the June sock club. I think she said she's got a few openings yet left. So if you're interested in my sock pattern, this is not the club yarn, so this is not what it's going to look like. And it's a total hodgepodge of design elements, but I'm in love with it. It is fantastic. This is her haunted base, and the colorway is Zombie Unicorn.
Oh, that is a really great color.
And I just love it. And yeah, the other side doesn't really matter. And so instead of ripping out a whole sock because it just was me trying out stitch patterns and stuff, they're going to be fraternal twins.
Okay.
So the other one will be the actual design, and this one just is the hodgepodge. And
You've done that before.
If people look at them and are like, your socks don't match, I'll be like, kick you. Because you're looking too
You want
close.
a close up?
Yeah. Because it's fantastic, whether or not the socks match or not. So, ho! And this just happens to be the hoe. That's a good looking hoe that we posed with.
Yes, Yarn Heart touched it,
yes.
I think, maybe.
Yeah. She actually read it too. She was like, oh, it says that's a good looking hoe. Okay. It was fantastic. And in that bag, I threw that one in there. I have my other hoe, which is a Skype rib sock by Adrienne Koo, Mushroom Knits, and this is the Dancing Dog Dye Works. Again, not really a hoe. It's like a almost hoe. It just needs some ends woven in.
A holet?
If I hadn't been in search of lighting solutions, they would have gotten woven in. Let's just put it that way. And I modified it. I did a toe up. The pattern is written top down, and then I did my little heel again. So I've done it on a couple of socks now. It seems to be holding up. It seems to fit my foot well, which I don't have an overly fat foot, I guess. Like I don't have like narrow feet by any means, but I'm not like the poster child for like larger feet, I guess. Okay. I learned all of this in Yarn Harlot's class that I took. Also, these are 7 stitches an inch, and Yarn Harlot recommends 8 stitches an inch on socks.
That's only 7? Looks pretty tight.
It is pretty tight.
I get 9 to 10 sometimes.
Wow, look at you. This is kind of a loose patterning though too. I guess if you were measuring on. Anyway, very satisfying knit. Really love Dancing Dog Dye Works' base. This is BFL nylon. So 80% superwash BFL, 20% nylon. And yeah, a lot of people, I cast on the toe already. A lot of people were asking me about it in the class because they were like, the yarn is doing that? You're not doing that?
Oh.
And I was like,
I hadn't seen self-striping.
And the pattern itself is just very cool. Adrienne posed with the sock.
Yes.
And it's just the skip but in ribbing, or Skype, or however you say it, but it kind of makes it look more like cables, I feel.
I think we had that discussion with her once, and she said, well, I was thinking skip, but Skype works.
Yep. It's basically the pattern. So you slip one, you knit one, you yarn over, and then you pass the slip stitch over, which I repeated to myself several times while I was knitting. Last but certainly not least, I have Kiki of Yarn vs. Zombies. This is kind of a Yarn vs. Zombies episode.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if I'm talking really quickly. I feel like I have a lot to cover and I'm trying to get through it. This is the possum yarn.
That's turkey.
Yep, that's my turkey talk. This is the possum yarn that she sent us to review. I feel like it's a little cliche to say this. It's kind of like saying something tastes like chicken. It's kind of like alpaca. It's got a halo like alpaca. It's got a drape like alpaca. I feel like the colors on it are sort of like alpaca. But maybe if you had an alpaca sensitivity, you could try possum.
I don't know. Yeah.
And it wouldn't bother you. But I really like the way the colors have knit up in my object here. Like the so this is a new hat pattern. I'm calling it Weather the Weather, because we'll weather the weather together. Whether the weather be, can't remember what the poem is, but whether the weather be cold or be hot, we'll weather the weather together, like it or not. I believe is the poem I am familiar with.
Oh, I'm thinking of a song.
Oh.
I will have to play it for you.
Okay. Anyway, it's a little tight on my head, and it's really loose gauge, so I'm doing another one, which you'll see in Works in Progress. But it's got the one stitch that travels and zigzags. It's supposed to look like the weather front on the weather map.
Okay.
Like, and I'm going to do the decreases a little different, but you're seeing the prototype. Thinking it's because my muse was generously given to me. I will be generously giving it to you. And I have a few test knitters that are willing to test knit it. I just need to get my few modifications down, and they will be going on it.
So that was your way of saying it's going to be free?
Yes. Free. Free's for use, and I'll probably mention in the pattern that if you like the pattern, that you could come visit us at Stockinette Zombies or Kiki at Yarn vs. Zombies. It's a very zombie hat. And extra added bonus, if you are interested in trying, I only used 400 grams or 40 grams of the 100 gram skein. If you're interested in trying the possum, please let me know, and I can wind off, a 40 gram skein, so you can knit a hat, and depending on how many people, put a couple of mini skeins out there, but I'm just throwing it out there. If you're interested in trying some possum, I'm game for it. Oh. Did you want any piece of this? Okay. Did you want a piece of this?
I feel like I'm quiet because I'm just trying to figure out if this is.
I do feel like you're quiet as well.
Sorry,
but yeah, our lights flickered.
Hopefully, it's not going to strobe on us anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe the heat turned on. Done.
Oh, could be.
Don't know. Anyway, those are my hose and my finished object. And yeah, I think I've talked enough. Can you talk some, please?
Yeah. So I'm working on my twigs and willows, and I just got done with the other front panel. And rather than cut and do all that stuff on camera, I'm just going to put them aside and work on the sleeves another day. But
I'm not doing the job over here. Oops. Podcaster friend fail.
So yeah, I'm done with the fronts.
Done with the fronts.
And you're also done with the
backs. Done with the backs.
So we need sleeves.
Are they set in sleeves?
Yes.
Yes,
because there's much discussion on whether you would try to do the modification where you knit them top down, or you just... I think I'm just going to go ahead and knit the sleeves and set them in.
Is there a selvage that you knit into the armhole?
Naturally.
Okay.
There is, yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't, it didn't
Naturally.
say it was, it doesn't, no, it, I mean, it
very
didn't,
elusive.
It didn't say it was a salvage, but it's just stock in it, so there's no, like,
yep, okay, yep,
specific salvage that wasn't in pattern. Alright, and then, let's see, I worked on a self-striping stock. This is from Desert Vista Dye Works in the New Year's Eve, or New Year's Eve?
Yeah, New Year's Eve.
In Times Square?
Yeah, or that was NYE, New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Something to do with New Year's, and I automatically put it in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
So, I really like it. The pattern
yeah, sorry.
The pattern I decided to do was the pinstripe pattern, pinstripe socks, wee sparrow,
not wee sparrow,
wee sheep, wee animal,
wee something.
No, wee sheep.
Wee sheep.
I was gonna say Julia.
Yep.
So I knew the first name. I knew it wasn't Shannon. Wee sheep. It's a free pattern, and it's knitting quite nicely.
I like it.
I put an extra repeat so I could get 72 stitches, because that is my standard norm on mine. And yeah, I'm about ready to do the heel flap. I think I am, after this goes back to black. And I was going to get out my measuring because we talked about it. I really have so much to get through. Why would I count this on air?
Because it's exciting. Impromptu.
Impromptu counting of stitches. I should go into the yellow because that'll be easier to count
over black. I would agree.
Yeah, it's 8.5. So these are not quite 9.
Well, I also measured mine while I was wearing it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make a difference.
Yeah. She said to, and to measure it on a sock that you had worn, like that had been washed and had been worn, like what your end gauge ended up with after you'd worn it.
That was the sock I was working on, and then I couldn't resist casting on some summery items because this weekend it warmed up for a tad, and then it decided to go back to whatever this is.
30s and rainy mix stuff.
Not a pleasant thing.
I would agree.
So here is my coral. Coral. I don't know who it's by.
Turning. Helga Eisiger.
Helga Eisiger. Megan's knit it before.
I have.
So that is the start of my tanky.
Mm-hmm.
And it is out of Hempathy.
Because the sleeves are done.
Yeah. I know, it's like just like cruising. But this is really the only thing. So like all the progress that you saw on those other two things happened in the first week. where we didn't record, and then this is since we didn't record. So this has been, I cast this on the way to Yarn Over.
The festivities.
Yep. So this is all just that. And I've just been knitting away on it happily.
Fun.
And I'm very excited to work on it some more. But I don't know what.
Do you have a striping scheme?
It's random. It's predetermined by, or not predetermined, and just by me. I have one more color that's going to be fit in here. So I have a white, light blue, and then this steely blue, and then I have a gray. And so they're just gonna randomly come at, and hopefully they're gonna get a lot wider towards the bottom. Was the plan. Gee, all of a sudden. And yeah, so yeah, random by me. I could write down what they are after I get done. But right now it's just as I feel. It's like,
I feel as if I should switch.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I should ponder. Oh yes, I want to switch.
Actually, her hands probably just do it, and she realizes later that she...
It has to be done at a certain place.
Oh, I know, but you could, swap out and swap in.
Yeah.
At will.
Any easy.
Yeah.
But that's it.
That is
And I will
it.
switch to this because it's good and mindless.
Yeah.
Now that it's joined in the round.
All right. I have lots of things. So you saw my, I feel like I've got my head disconnected. I'm doing lots and lots of things. Scrub My Toe is going to follow the other one. I did my best to try to make them as identical twins as I could. So the toe is perfectly matched. I know, right? So exciting.
Very.
It was like, shh. Also, you've been seeing me knit. This is that pattern I was talking about, Weather the Weather. Is going to be out of this very, very, very bright Fiber Nymph Dye Works in the Get Your Happy On colorway in her Elemental 3.0 base. And this was generously gifted to me as well. So generosity is not by the Fiber Nymph, but the generosity is driving this pattern. So, and I like that. And I like that I'm able to try it on with these stylish needles. Also, works in progress, and I've been working really hard on this at night because I don't have the mental capacity during the day. I don't want to have to sit it down in the middle of a row and have to keep track of where I am. Oh, it does look really pink in this light though.
Yay!
So you can, I'm gonna put it on backwards. I'm gonna be one of those people. So you can see the beautiful lace work. Is it inside? No, I got it right. This is the Maris by Elizabeth Doherty, who is Blue Bee Studio.
Okay.
I believe, on the Twitters. I follow her. And I've been when I post pictures, I've been linky-looing her. But she watches the podcast.
Oh,
How cool is that?
great surprise.
Yeah. She contacted me and said, oh, it was wonderful to watch your show and see that you're knitting my Maris. My Maris. I love that. But this is out of Wool Mice Lace Garn, which the Lar underneath is also Wool Mice Lace Garn. Love knitting with it. It's a wonderful experience. It looks very pink in this light, which is the why I chose it, because I want it to be very light color over the top of. It'll have sleeves similar length as this. And right now I'm just knitting the pattern until I get to my natural waist. And I asked my husband, where do you think my natural waist is? And he said, oh, I don't know, like down around your belt line. And I was like, natural waist, much higher. Men. But it's got the same little motif that's split up in the front.
Putting him on the spot like that.
I was, and then I podcast about it. I'm such a horrible wife. But it's fantastic, and it's gonna fit. I was a little worried about the fit because of this is lace and was written for fingering, and so I want to size up, and I think it's gonna be a good size. It's gonna be a good size. Cool. That's the Maris, and then next to be cast on is the Twitter gals. We all are kind of choose your own adventure this month, and I'm doing the Great Divide KAL, which is also an organized through Knitty or Nice.
Okay.
You might follow her on Instagram, which is how I found out about it. And somebody else, like Vernbuller, I don't know how to say their names, because I've never heard them said. I've only ever looked at them. But this is Tempted, and Good Girls Don't, and this is a gray, and hopefully they show up in the lighting. That's going to be on the needles. Next, again, that's The Great Divide Shawl by Michelle Brown, and this was generously gifted to me by Rachel, aka Reese's Pieces, and she has an audio podcast that is now in my feed that I thought I would mention. So, thank you, Rachel, for your generous gift. Hopefully, other people that have gifted me patterns recently, I will get around to them. I think the Maris I actually bought. I went back and made sure that I hadn't neglected telling somebody thank you, because I was knitting their bag that they had gifted me.
Does Ravelry keep track of that?
They do.
Okay, good.
You can click on the purchased button, I think, and you can see who purchased it. You or whomever.
Somebody else. Okay.
Yep.
That's good, because I might be starting some patterns that have been purchased for me and I don't know, you know, where they came from exactly.
Cool that. So those are my works in progress.
Yeah. Me not having an FO really helped.
Helped draw the time management?
Keep moving it along, yeah.
Just keep moving. All right, we've got acquisitions. Do you have any acquisitions, my lady?
I do. Mine were generously gifted, sort of.
Okay.
So we had Sheep Dreamery.
Yep, I've got mine as well.
Saying to us that she would love us to review a new base for her. It's new to her. It is a superwash merino wool single ply twisted. So it reminds us of Tosh TML,
Tosh Merino Light, Madeline Tosh.
And she asked us kind of our color sense and what we would like to see, and she gave me one to review and one to give away. They're not leaving each other. They're so wonderfully matched, and I want to have the option of making something bigger. So instead of giving one away, a gift certificate to her shop for one skein plus shipping to that person will be done by me. So that I can keep it.
So what's your colorway called?
Oh,
this is her Kedges base, by the way, which is 100% superwash merino. You already said that, didn't you?
Mine says Once in Love with Amy.
This is Dockside, which is the one that I will be parting with, even though it is all kinds of beautiful greens. Maybe I'll go the way of Amy. We'll have to decide.
It's my color.
Yeah. And this one has been earworming me forever. So I told her, I really like grays and I really like yellows. And then she dyed this beautiful grello color and named it, and it was all grello. So the song in my head goes, I dyed some yarn for you, and it was all grello. Ooh. Like the Coldplay song.
Yeah.
And I got my husband singing it as well.
Oh,
not
okay.
about the dyeing, and it was all yellow, so he's got it stuck in his head as well. These are beautiful, Kelly. I don't know if the lighting helps capture the depth of color or just the great combination. I mean, this is a great grello.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. The gray doesn't make the yellow not pop. Like, I've seen other grellos where the gray and the yellow kind of together, right? The yellow looks kind of overcast. It's popping still. And this one, oh, it's so beautiful. This one's Dockside, so it's greens and a little bit of blues, and it's fantastic. They both scream to me to be a shawl. I don't know if I'd knit them together, but shawl would go with no on knitting them together. But it was like, no, I've officially said no on that one.
Yeah, I don't know if you can really see this one either, but I am super totes in love with this. It's pink, purple, and gray, but just the way that they blend and have the way that the gray is, I don't know. It's hard to explain the gray that's in here. And it's
kind
gorgeous.
of a silvery gray.
Yeah, it's spot on gorgeous. Like I said, I couldn't part. They were too well matched. I need to have them live together so that they might be a bigger project.
Big shawl
someday.
Or a big,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, that is your only purchase?
Well, yeah, and so again, these will get a better review at some point, and at the time of the review, we will be giving away skeins. Okay. I have the other loops. Do you want me to do that too?
Nope. I thought we would cover that next week.
Okay.
All
Next
right. Next week we've got previews. So I love my stripy yarn that Michelle sent and fell down. Got an update. This is a purple and green that is called Iris. It's my purple and my green. I couldn't say no. And this one is kind of similar to yours, right? But the blue is kind of a little...
Pazau, yeah.
Yeah, Pazau. This is Nicola T.
Mine's a much
Nikola
more
Tesla.
subdued blue.
So 2 more self-stripings found their way into my stash.
Okay, Urkel.
Oh, bother.
Oh, that was Eeyore?
I don't know. It was an Eeyore Urkel combo. Okay.
Sounded very nasally.
So we have lots of generous people contacting us. In fact, so we've got our 2 from Sheep Dreamery. We've got some others that we're not talking about that you just said from Oloops. And then I ordered from Storied Yarn.
But will be talked about, the Oloops.
Yes.
It's there. It will be talked about.
We just got so much to talk about.
Yeah.
So Storied Yarns totally had a discount and a coupon code and completely and totally enabled me. I'm trying to remember if she sent nope, she didn't send a coupon code with it. But I bought 2 of these and one of them is yours.
Huh?
One of them is a giveaway.
Okay.
For the podcast. Amy's like, mine.
I know.
Mine?
Mine? I did. I seriously thought it was for me.
Yes.
Oh,
So
well.
this is Mal.
It's Mal.
It's Mal. Isn't it Mal?
Mal.
Mal in Firefly?
Malcolm Reynolds.
I know, but I thought they called him Mal in it.
Mal.
Okay, Mal. In her Firefly series. This one I ordered.
I just got really defensive there, and I'm
did.
laughing at myself because I was like,
was
no,
Mal.
it's Mal.
I thought they called him Mal. My ears heard Mal.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's Wash.
Yeah.
Cool. And that one's right.
Yes. Yes.
It's not Warsh. Or let's go do the Warsh. And these are the 2 that I got. And then she sent it along for you. So we're going to have all kinds of all these onesie, twosie, prizey giveaways here coming up. So
Yeah, keep your thread stocking active because
and make sure you watch to find out if you won.
they might be quicker.
Zoe.
Oh, so yeah.
So Zoe. You don't say the E at the end?
Some people call her Zoe, some people call her Zoe. So either way.
Apparently I am not the Firefly Authority. Amy is the Firefly Authority. I thought the yarn was very pretty. Storied Yarns does a very good job of, she has themes and literary influences, and these are all 100%, no, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And this is the one that will be yours someday, perhaps. So beautiful. This green is going to make some fantastic socks. The green and the white.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always looking, because I have very strong colors in my stash. Like sometimes patterns get lost because those colors are so strong, and I'm often like, I want to find a colorway that I'm drawn to that isn't so bazinga. Which there's nothing wrong with bazinga, but there's that. And Megan's still talking. Last but certainly not least. I think. What else is in here? I got my next installment of The Great White Veil.
Oh, fun.
Yes. So there's swag to be had.
Ooh.
She sent along a graph book, which is
Oh,
cool.
fun.
Sorry, spoiler, if you
Oh,
haven't gotten yours.
spoiler.
All marketed. Graph paper is always nice, and it's a nice little covered. I mean, it's just a nice touch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then the stuff that we showed you last time that had just been milled and washed, then it further got, and I thought I would give this to you
Okay.
so that you could do something with it if you wanted. And then it got spun into this. It's not dyed, obviously, but it's 210 yards per skein, 4.2 ounces. So that's a pretty bulky, right? I think she has in here what it is. US 9s is what she recommends.
I haven't seen something quite so nupped, like with
It's
all
very
the...
springy. Well, it was, and I watched the video. It was spun at Bartlett Yarns, and it's the last commercially operated spinning mule in the United States.
Hmm.
So this spinning technique gives the yarn extraordinary airiness.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've got 410 yards of it, 420 yards of it, yo. So, it's very nice. It's very nice yarns.
It's cool.
Yes, it is very cool. I'm enjoying watching that bale turn into some cool stuff.
Yeah.
This is the point in which I'm interested in having it to make a final product with.
Yes.
But it's interesting to see how it gets there,
Mm-hmm.
You think you could spin that?
Yes.
It'd be interesting to see how it's spun up compared to this, compared to how the mule spun it.
I'm picturing a mule,
Mm-hmm. Did I lose the tag on this?
and his little hooves are going crazy on the wheel.
We lost this. It's a different type of spinning thing.
Yeah, I get it. I'm having fun picturing.
Okay, you have
Little
fun with
mule.
that, and I will put things away. So I don't know what this is going to become, but 420 yards is quite a bit, especially at that weight. So she included a cowl pattern,
Okay.
but so it's like that's a pretty good errand, isn't it? 410 yards for 4 ounces. Or is it not? My brain is.
No, it's not an Aran.
It's not? What is it?
But that's a very lofty, so it does look like it's an Aran because the air. But
And that is my acquisitions enabling.
wow.
Yeah. That all, huh?
Yeah.
I wish I could pan so you guys could see the floor.
Yeah. Let's not start panning.
Nope.
Make people seasick.
No panning involved. And then last but certainly not least, were we going to try to get a review in and talk about the retreat?
Yes.
Retreat yo? Okay.
Because I feel bad. They're already releasing a new book this
Mhm.
month. Well, it was supposed to be April, and I haven't seen a notice that it's out there yet. But Tin Can Knits. They have Handmade in the UK coming out very, very soon in ebook form. We won't be able to review that book until they've printed it. I believe the printings are coming this summer. So in lieu of reviewing their new one, they gave us copies of Pacific Knits, which I had already purchased digitally. So just to have the book in hand is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be able to give one of these away to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I had notes. They're good, very limited notes, but great paper quality, just like the last book that we reviewed from them. Very happy with the sturdiness and how it's bound.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and as we mentioned last time, in case you hadn't watched that one, these are all independently published by them.
Yes.
So they did a good job finding a good paper source and a good binding.
Yes.
A good binding company. So.
Yes. So, and then the things that I really love about how they design is the amazing ranges of sizes. So from baby to adult, and not just, any adult.
Mm-hmm. One size fits most.
Yeah.
Adult sizes or just baby sizes.
Let's see, so this men's one goes to men's 4XL.
And it starts out at 0 to 1 years.
Yeah. So that is some crazy.
If you know somebody with male genitalia, you can knit this sweater for them. Or female for that matter. But I mean, the sizes are all, there isn't a size that you couldn't.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
I mean,
yes.
Sorry. I have to say it bluntly, My hat pattern actually came about because I used Kiki's yarn and cast on the Sitka spruce hat. And it was a little too busy for the pattern. So I got up to...
So Megan's recommending a solid color for this pattern.
Yep, for the Sitka spruce. I think that's how you would say it. It's a boldly textured hat and mitts by Emily Wessel. There's two options. There's the slouchy and the more beanie.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also mittens, which is also another great thing. I mean, so you could have a hat and mittens that match. I think that would be... It knit up really fast because it was, it's a relatively small item. But ultimately ended up going back to the ribbing and then going, what can I do with this? Because I don't want to rip out the whole thing, and making up my own hat pattern. But yeah, I'm going to do my apple of Amy's eye like Amy's sweater is out of, and I think it will look fabulous in this pattern. In fact, I think somebody knit one
Already
out of the yarns.
Oh, look at cutie patootie kid.
There's all kinds of awesome cutie patootie kids. Another one that I want to knit out of here, and I think it would be a really great Christmas present, like last minute, was that False Creek.
Oh yeah, and they showed how you could wear it pointing as a V, or just a traditional cowl.
Mm-hmm.
So you have cowl or point like a V. Cowl, point like a V.
Mm-hmm. And you could also knit it
We're
a
all
little
about
longer.
the hand gestures.
Yep. You can do this, so you can do that. And you could also make it a little longer, and you could make it like an infinity cowl too, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Wrap it around multiple times.
Yep. But a good way to showcase large buttons.
It's super bulky yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So I see that, and I automatically go, well, you could do it out of hand spun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you wouldn't use US 15s on it.
Right.
But it would be really pretty in a hand spun too. I think it would bring out the colors.
Mm-hmm.
What's another one? I actually have already knit out of this the why can't I think of the name? It's the
Tide or something?
Low Tide.
Low
Yes.
Tide.
There we go. Low Tide. Which is super cute. I can hold up the picture. I don't know if I held up this picture long enough earlier because I was trying to make sure that I didn't show the actual pattern. Hopefully there isn't a glare from our new lighting system.
The Low Tide is on the cover. Baby Low Tide.
And there's the mama one. Actual mama one. And
so my must knits in this one was the antler.
Very cute. That would be on my top as well.
All of a sudden I can't find it. It's the white one. It's beautiful. There it is.
I really like the Urban Hiker.
So this is the one, the antler.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to do that one. North Shore was the colorwork one with the trees. That speaks to us. And then I really liked all the inspiration pictures because I felt like they did a really good job of capturing the inspiration for the pattern in the pictures.
Yeah. That same motif that's in that Sitka
is in a sweater.
Is in the Urban Hiker, which I think is super cute. The daddy and the son in that picture.
But if you look at the Lionsgate,
this
bridge.
Yep, is mimicked.
So the bridge is the inspiration picture, and then the cowl, of various lengths, has that in the cabling.
I really like the rosebud shawl as well. Very pretty. Especially how she has it. What else do I have in there? Yep. I think we have mentioned it.
Okay.
All of my notes. And we'll start a thread. We're going to have lots of threads. Lots of giveaways.
So this is 18 irresistible patterns for $20.
Earthy knits. Yep. And that's both the kid sizes and the adult sizes. So that's basically like getting 36 patterns. which is good. It's got a wide range. It's got socks, mittens, hats, shawls, a blanket. The blanket's really cute too. I think I looked at the stitch pattern on that to make a square blanket thing. Yeah, you can find them really easily until you're looking for it. So there's the blanket. But I love this book. I can see myself knitting a lot of stuff out of it.
And it's very nice. So this will be threaded out, and we'll be giving away 1 copy.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And it'll be the physical, not digital copy. So.
True story.
I feel like we covered a lot of what's in there, and you've already knit out of it and enjoyed it, and I have plans to make an antler for sure. And
now that I saw that one is the same stitch pattern that I really like out of the Sitka, I might actually knit. My son has been complaining that I've knit sweaters for my daughter, but not him.
Oh, okay.
He's 4
that
now,
one's
you know.
cute. Yeah. It could be like a jacket.
And then, so that's the review. And last, but certainly not least, we have our retreat news. So if you're interested in hearing about that, you can continue on with us. Otherwise, it was nice chatting with you. Hopefully next week we aren't as rushed and don't have as much to cover. Well, not that we don't have as much to cover. That's not the right way to say it.
Right. Well,
we won't have 2 weeks worth to try to fit into an hour.
Right, and being conscious of the time, we didn't try to fill in with fun.
Yeah, we were to the point.
Business. But maybe
it's business time. All right, so retreat news.
Okay.
Our retreat is next month. Now that it's May, next month is June.
I'm starting to get overwhelmed by the calendar.
Yeah. Well, and when it started feeling warm, I was like, oh goodness. When it's cold outside and rainy and snowy, you're like, oh, June is a long ways away. But then it got warm and you're like, oh, that, and seeing okay, so there's podcasts that are talking about going to retreats. Pipeline retreat, that was awesome to hear about. Exciting to see tweets about and blog posts about, as well as we went to Yarn Over and got to see some of the people we'll be seeing at our retreat, and it makes you yearn for the retreat and be like, oh, it's coming, so exciting, but then it's like, oh, we have to get things done. So I have to say, easily an hour a day I've been devoting to retreat stuff. And I'm not complaining about it. It's enjoyable that I'm excited about it and I'm doing it. But, I'm getting on the gun. Got to get her done. So speaking of which, we have contacted and have, I think, 68 sponsors that are sending us door prizes currently.
Great.
Yes. And that is exciting and fantastic. And if you haven't already gone out and looked at the sponsor page, you should go look at it because it is awesome. They are very, very, very generously sending their wares for us to give to you guys so that you can try it out and know that you love their stuff, right? So we're going to be doing daily giveaways at the retreat. So if you're a day passer, there will be that day's worth of prizes that you can be a part of, and it's exciting. I'm excited about it. I have met some very lovely people through the process of contacting sponsors, and we it's going to be a good time. Yes. And you have your Yarn Crawl news.
What was I going to say about it?
You published the...
Okay. So out on the website, we have the 4 yarn shops that are officially participating in the Yarn Crawl. And they are Knitter's Palette, Stephen B's, Lila and Claudine's, and Darn Knit Anyway. What else did I want to say? We're getting close to the max that we can accommodate. So If you really want to participate in the yarn crawl, or you were on the fence, go out to the website, check out the different shops that are listed, and see, if that pushes you over the edge to jump in. And we are, I think we're within 10. So 10 more spots. And, that's not to say that, that, I don't know. I feel like that's a lot of spots.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't worry about it.
We did have out on the website that May 1st was the deadline to sign up for the excursions. And I think we are both comfortable leaving that open for the time being to see if we get those last few people that are interested. But it won't be indefinite. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
Eventually, I have participation prizes that I have to, write the check for, and I'm not going to overestimate because they're going to have 2013 on them, right?
Right.
So I don't want to
be stuck.
Not stuck with it, but spend money unnecessarily. But I also don't want people to want to be involved and not have the opportunity because we told them that they, maybe they haven't even signed up yet. Right. Maybe you're a potential retreater listening right now. And I've had a few people contact me about that as well. Mm-hmm. Like, am I insane? I thought that the signups were closed for the retreat, and I was like, oh, no, we've still got openings in the hotel.
Yeah,
there has been different situations on the weekend where they'll not have opened up a new block of rooms. But if you're interested in coming to the retreat, definitely go out to the website zombieknitapocalypse.com and look at how much it's going to be. Assess your travel situation, whether or not you can get the time off. Do not let the fact that you think that we're no longer accepting attendees stop you.
Right. And, chances are we're going to accept attendees in the day pass form right up until the day of. So I wouldn't worry about that. If you can find a hotel downtown and you want to, go that way, I will say that we do have a really good rate. So I would try to jump in to the Kaler while that's still available for us.
Yep. I also wanted to mention that we have a straw man schedule put together, Amy and I, and hopefully I will have the people that are teaching breakout sessions contacted, and we'll get those scheduled. And I think we're going to have a reservation type, not reservation, but I'll put threads out there for the class times, and it will be a first come, first serve. I'll give you a heads up via email to all attendees, as well as on this podcast when that happens. So the schedule will be published, and then we'll have a first come, first serve. This class has a max 20 spots. If you're interested, reply in the thread, and just so that we don't have people overwhelmed. I know other retreats have breakout sessions that it's just everybody, more the merrier. And I think that to do our teachers justice, we need to limit the class sizes. Not that they'll be taking attendance or anything, but hopefully too many people don't show up for a class that they didn't throw their name behind. So a lot of retreat administration there, but hopefully that nets down to you that you should have a schedule that you can start marching to, and that things are getting real, yo.
Yes. They are getting quite real.
They are. The shirts are shipping out next week, Shannon said. Yay, yep. And
we'll have shirts soon.
Yes, you'll have your retreat shirt that you can wear at home and be like, I'm going to the zombie retreat soon.
Yeah. My mom tells me that all of the fabric has been ordered, and the assembly line has begun. She's just one person, so it's cute. But yeah, we're gonna.
You were supposed to be laughing there.
Yeah,
we couldn't hear you. Were you laughing?
What else did I want to say about that?
I don't know. I am not.
There are quite a few of you getting the bag, and my mom would really like it if we all got in a big group and took a picture of us wearing the bags.
Well, after you sew that many of them.
I'm sure. She's really excited to see.
We're gonna have a group picture.
Yes, we will have a group picture.
We're going to have opportunities to dance on camera.
Well. Mm-hmm.
Amy didn't want me to share that. I can edit it out if you want me to. And yeah, that is, I think, about it. Yeah, we're almost at an hour, so it's kind of got to be it.
Yeah.
Hopefully the lighting is good.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye, Ufta.